The distant future. Mankind creates colonies, exploring new planets. The conversation of the bar patrons is interrupted by the vibration of a starship. The men flee, hoping to get a job on the warship, and Logan runs with them. The ship lands on top of a mountain, enveloping everything in a black cloud. The mercenary candidates climb the steep slope and a hatch of the Arcadia opens before them. The team launches the candidates to the very edge of the platform, and they can pass on by correctly answering the question, what is the purpose of the Arcadia? The first 3 candidates fail and they fly down from a great height. The crew reaches Logan and the young man doesn't answer immediately either, but he manages to shout the word freedom and one of the mercenaries saves him by grabbing his hand. All Logan's attention is on Captain Harlock, who is watching from the sidelines. Releasing a cloud of black smoke, Arcadia leaves the planet. The Legion base notices an incomprehensible dark matter signal, and at the last moment, the military realizes that Harlock's ship is closing in on them. A commotion ensues on the ship. Key sends Logan to the gunnery, and when Arcadia tries to attack, the guy shoots back aptly. The captain of the enemy ship has reported that their man is already aboard the Arcadia. At this time, Harlock's mercenaries put on their iron armor and take the Orpheus for boarding. Logan makes his way onto the ship with everyone else, and the enemy unexpectedly implants a chip in the guy's eye that will allow him to recede and send data. Arcadia sails away. Harlock comes out to the subjects and declares that since the members of the Coalition call them thieves and murderers, he is ready to confirm that title. The prefect of the region, Isora, Logan's brother, appears before the Coalition and announces that he has sent his agent to Arcadia. As he finishes his speech, Isora leaves the hall in a flying wheelchair. Unable to hear the discussion of his cruelty, the prefect has sent his younger brother to an enemy ship. Logan's friend, Nami, asks Isora about her brother, but the prefect declares that the guy volunteered to help. Nami recalls how they played as children and Logan dreamed of avoiding war. The mechanic shows Logan the ship and tells him that dark matter is Arcadia's only power. At that moment, an unusual girl, the last of the extinct Nifelungs, walks past the men. Key goes to shower after a difficult fight and the girl is pulled off the floor by the weightlessness that has appeared. Logan takes to cleaning up at this point, discreetly scanning Arcadia's device to give to his brother. The boy is distracted by the bird's scream and goes after it, hoping to get to the central computer. He succeeds, but Logan is spotted at the scene by a Nifelung girl. The blonde asks Harlock why he let the guy on board, knowing he's a traitor. Arcadia sails to an unknown planet and Key searches for volunteers. Logan raises his hand and the captain confirms his candidacy. Logan tries to find out more details, but Key silently takes the detonator and lands on the planet's surface. As they work, Key tells the apprentice that the Gaia Coalition won't allow them to return to Earth and can only do so by blowing up the clock of existence, which will turn back time. The girl admits that Harlock's team believes in the possibility of a magical clock, and that once they set the remaining 2 detonators out of 100, there will be an explosion that will allow for a fresh start. Logan reaches for his gun, but an earthquake begins and the rocks around them begin to crumble. The pair try to escape, but their shuttle falls into a fiery rift. Logan pushes Key toward the rescuers, thereby saving her life. The guy himself flies into the abyss with the shuttle, and the rescue craft flies away. Unexpectedly, Harlock leaves the ship and jumps down. At this time, Logan is hovering above the red-hot lava. The boy remembers how his mother's greenhouse began to wither, and hoping to save the flowers, he turned the forbidden valve, after which there was an explosion that paralyzed Isora in the greenhouse. Then, out of guilt, Logan promised his brother to obey any order. Logan's memories are interrupted by Harlock, who returns to rescue him. The captain tries to start the ship, which has sustained serious damage, at which point Logan pulls out a gun, confessing his intentions to destroy the leader and take the detonators. This does not surprise Harlock in the least, but he asks the young man to wait for retribution. Together, the men manage to lower the lever and the shuttle rises, and the monster that appeared from the ground fails to catch it. When it's over, the captain gives the traitor his gun, but Logan is already hesitant. Seemingly surrounded by the crew, the guy feels right at home. Harlock announces that they have one last detonator left, and Logan joins everyone else in rejoicing at his imminent return to Earth. Isora speaks to the Coalition, proposing to use the Phantom Corvindor to destroy Arcadia, and the judges give the go-ahead. Nami hears the conversation and realizes that the prefect will destroy Arcadia, despite the fact that his brother is there. Isora orders the army to destroy the enemy ship at all costs, and the starships go in pursuit. The crew informs Harlock that they are surrounded, but the captain gives the order to go forward. Looking at what is happening, Logan receives a signal on his chip in his eye from Nami. The fleet opens fire, but Arcadia instantly disappears. Isora demands that his subordinates find out how the ship manages to move so quickly. Logan reaches out to his brother and asks him to stop the fire, assuring him it's a mistake, but Isora wants to hear nothing and orders the Phantom Corvin door to be prepared. The emitter burns everything around it, leaving no chance for Arcadia, but it turns out that all the time there was a hologram near Isora's ship and Harlock's ship was unharmed. Turning around, Arcadia goes on the attack, destroying the enemy cruisers and capturing Isora. Logan tries to talk to his brother and change his mind, but the cruel prefect wants to hear nothing. Arcadia approaches Earth, but the crew sees that someone has repeated their trick. The planet turns out to be a hologram. The friends are sure that under the beautiful cover is another planet covered in fiery craters, but Harlock has to admit that it is Earth. The knife-long girl tells the crew about how 100 years ago a war broke out in the galaxy over Earth's resources and the Earth's core. The Gaia tried to reconcile the humans and protect the planet by creating a fleet led by Harlock. The captain found dark energy and got carried away and didn't notice how the Order's elite returned to Earth, forbidding other people to do so. Harlock couldn't stand the injustice and staged a mutiny. The boy asked the Knifelungs to create a protective field around the Earth so that no one could set foot on it, but the dark matter proved uncontrollable and scorched all life on the planet. Since then, the captain has traveled the galaxy in search of redemption, and 5 years ago he showed up with the idea of changing the world by destroying the clock of existence. It has come to the attention of Harlock's friends that his words are false. He seeks not to change the world, but to destroy it. Harlock orders Key to activate the detonators, and while the girl tries to change the captain's mind, the military, led by Logan, sneaks onto the ship. The guy takes the pirate at gunpoint and Isora appears in the room. Harlock's entire crew is taken into custody. Isora arrives at the garden to talk to Nami. In anger, the prefect tries to slap the girl, but her hand slips through the hologram. The beauty was also injured in the explosion, and now her body is connected to a computer that outputs the image. After listening to her friend, Nami says that she has always loved Logan, not him, and for that, Isora shuts the girl off from life support. Isora says that Nami died because she helped him hide Arcadia and is left with a short message to remember her by. Harlock is sentenced to capital punishment, as is his crew. On all inhabited planets, people watch as Arcadia is immersed in a force field that should melt her down along with the condemned. Logan appears in the cells. He saves his friends and asks them to believe him. He found the truth and found out that both Harlock and the Coalition were wrong. The team frees the captain and his knife-lung friend. Logan hands Harlock a flower from Earth, which proves that there's life there. Gathering his strength, the captain frees his ship from the invaders and turns around and heads for Earth. Isora orders a pursuit to prevent the pirate from being the first to return to Earth. Arcadia fails the attack, but continues to make its way to the planet to destroy the holograms and projectors. The team manages to intercept the airwaves and reveal to humans the truth that Earth has changed and that the Coalition is intimidating humanity to maintain power. The Emperor orders the launch of the War Protocol. Having contacted Isora, the rulers inform him that they will destroy Arcadia directly in Earth's orbit. Orpheus approaches the pirates and the warriors go to board them. He tries to delay the guests and is trapped, but Julian comes to her aid and they repel the attack together. The Coalition launches the gas pedal, which should destroy Earth along with Arcadia. Even the fact that Orpheus is nearby doesn't stop the judges. Logan finds his brother and challenges him to a fight, but Isora strikes first from around the corner and uses forbidden techniques. The prefect raises his gun to destroy Logan for robbing him of his legs, but Harlock saves the guy by shooting Isora. The first beam passes by Earth. It helps Harlock realize that the Legion wants to get rid of the planet. Harlock arrives at the Knifelung Hall and the girl realizes what awaits her. After giving the order to release the dark matter, the captain sees her friend being lifted up and blown into millions of particles. Wounded Julian, beside Key's body, notices a beam flying at them. Arcadia takes it upon herself to protect Earth. Arcadia's wreckage lands on the planet and Isora manages to see the flowers before leaving for another world. The captain hands Logan the rest of the dark matter, which will help him continue his journey. Logan puts on his captain's suit, and as he stands at the helm of the Arcadia, he orders him to prepare for battle in the name of Earth and the human race. Standing beside him is the entire Harlock crew.